Welcome back, friends. In this tutorial we are going to see contribution of operations to efficient production. You see, the goal of many organizations involve the production of goods and or services. I mean, most of the organizations survive because they are offering their goods or services in the market. So manufacturing them, producing them or creating them is of prime importance. To do this, they have to procure or purchase resources, convert them into output and distribute them. Let us take example of a chair. I am giving you example of a carpenter. He goes to the market, he buys the wood as a raw material. Then he buys some tools, and by using his skills, those tools and the raw material, he may be using some adhesive to stick the wood, some nails, and using all these things he is transforming the wood into a chair, wooden chair, and then he is going to sell that into the marketing. He is going to sell that into the market. Fine. So here the term operation embraces all the activities that are required to create and deliver the organization's goods and services to its customers or clients. I have given you a small example of a carpenter. So operations are limited: procurement or purchasing of raw material, conversion of that raw material to finished good, and distribution of that raw material in the market. But as we take example of bigger corporations and the products are complex, for example, take example of a four-wheeler. Let us take example of a car. How many parts does it consist of? It consists of some critical parts like engine, the brake, the clutch assembly. It consists of drives, then it has steering system, braking system. So many systems are there, and there are so many sub-assemblies in that car. So it becomes very important for an operations manager to keep a track of all these activities: purchase of inventory, raw material, keeping stocks. The stocks must be available, because we have seen in previous section our production should not stop, because if our production stops, the supply in the market will go down, and if that supply is interrupted, the customer may shift from our brand to our competitor's brand. Okay. And production and operations management involve three main types of decisions, typically made at three different stages. Friends, in our class also we have seen several times that I have told you what is management. The crux or epitome of management is decision making. Operations management is no different. It consists of a lot of decisions. Here are three different decisions that an operations manager has to take. First is production planning. He has to plan the entire production, like keeping the end result in mind, keeping the number of orders to be delivered. He has to plan everything in advance. Like, then there is MRP, material requirement planning, there is MRP to manufacturing resource planning, then there is ERP system, enterprise resource planning. I remember we have discussed ERP in our class in detail. So these systems play an important role in creating the master production schedule and basically production planning and control. Second is production control. Generally, these two things are clubbed together. It is called PPC, production planning and control. So control is very important, because if things are not under control, it will lead to waste. And then we have seen, what does waste result in? It results in repair, rework or rejection. In any of these three cases, the company has to bear the loss. And finally, the last function of an operations manager is to improve the production and operations. Friends, there is a Japanese technique called Kaizen. We have discussed that in class, which means continuous and incremental improvement on a regular basis, preferably on a day-to-day basis. So it is a duty of operations manager, when he wants to contribute in efficient production system, he has to continuously improve his production and operation systems. Thank you for watching this tutorial. See you in the next class.